You're listening to Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon. Hey, what's up, Internet? This is Brandon.
And this is Alex.
And we're Filmmakers.
And we're also drinking bourbon.
Yes, we are, my friend. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Let's see what we got. Ooh, all right.
What'd you bust out?
All right.
What is that?
Well, today we got a little Jim Beam Black Double Aged. Aged 8 years. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 86 proof.
There you go.
It's got a nice little finish to it.
It's a tiny bottle, but it's not plastic.
No, it's glass.
Yeah.
It's a nice little pocket, a little flask.
Very cool.
Not bad, Jim Beam.
I like it.
Way to go. So what's up, buddy?
Not much,
How you
man.
been?
We actually I got a surprise for you today.
What?
Yeah. You're always the
Come
one
on.
bringing in little special guests and whatnot.
Yeah?
I got one of my own.
What's going on?
Dude, I got the good folks over at LensProToGo.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, that was the guest that we were teasing last week, but we couldn't confirm.
Those guys are great, man. We rent from them all the time.
Exactly.
Well,
I
let's
know. we got Mike, so let's see
dial him up.
Yeah, see if Adam get him. I need your magic on the dial tone there.
Hey, are you there?
Hello.
Mike.
Hey, what's up,
Wow.
man?
How's it
All
going?
this over dial-up.
Yeah,
Well, we got a low budget over here.
we're living in the future.
Gotta love it.
Hey,
How you guys doing?
good. How are you, man? What's going on?
Nothing much. Just happy to be on the podcast. Obviously, you know, we're big about filmmakers and getting people gear and all that fun stuff. So, you know, we enjoy being able to get out and chat with people. So, yeah,
Perfect.
fantastic. Excited to be here.
To kick it off, why don't you tell us who you are and what your company does?
Sure. So I'm Mike Duvall. I've been with LensProToGo for a little over 5 years now, and we're one of the nation's largest online rental companies. And you know, we've got a huge focus for filmmakers. So we carry, you know, not just lenses as the name would imply, but cameras, lighting, sound, you know, motion control stuff from products from Kessler, FreeFly, pretty much anything that you need for filmmaking, we carry. And the things that we carry are really curated because it's all stuff that we would use in the field as opposed to just any old thing.
So you're not going to send me a bumpy slider?
No, that's that's one of those things that we're always looking out for.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Very nice.
Well, that's awesome. So what is the thing that I guess makes you guys different? There's a couple companies out there that are doing online rentals. You know, obviously it's a competitive game now. There's a lot of people that are, you know, getting into this, and a lot of freelancers and other people that are, you know, trying to up their look with better lenses and better cameras. What is it that makes you guys step out?
Well, there's a couple things. I mean, for us, the biggest thing is the knowledge of, you know, the knowledge that our staff has. You know, we're the kind of people we're taking the gear out every weekend to shoot with it. We're using it on jobs. We're using it professionally. We know what the quirks are going to be and what the hiccups are. You know, so that's something that we always implore, you know, all of our customers to do is lean on us. You know, give us a call, have a dialogue about the gear, because we're more than happy to help people figure out what's going to be the right piece of gear for their shoot. You know, that's kind of the biggest thing. Some of the secondary things, we understand that everyone's time is valuable, so we try to make things as simple as possible when you're out there and you're doing price shopping and comparing. We include the price of shipping in our prices, which a lot of people don't realize when they're doing comparisons. So it just makes it easy. You don't have to sit there and try and load up a cart and fill in all this information only to find out that, you know, your total is going to be almost twice what you thought it was going to be when you started the process.
Yeah.
And then we ship in Pelican cases. So, you know, everything that we understand that it's going to make a cross-country journey, so we use custom foam and
Got to be protected.
and, you know, the waterproof cases. So we want the gear to make sure that it works when it gets to the other end of the rental.
You know, that was one of the
Absolutely.
first things I noticed whenever I rented from you guys for the first time. It definitely made an impression.
Nicely it was packed. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Well, how's
Yeah,
the
we put a lot of work into that. So
how does the process work? So say I'm a filmmaker, I've got a project coming up, and I need something specific. What's the whole process like? Is it a daily rental, weekly rental, monthly? How's that work?
Yeah, so it's, you know, the rental periods are completely custom. on our site, a base rental for a shipped order starts at 4 days. You can do shorter periods, but that's kind of where the pricing starts. And then it's prorated by day. So really, the only stipulations are that the rentals have to start and end on a weekday. But beyond that, set it for whatever length you need. And
Nice.
you're not going to be stuck like, oh, I need it for 8 days. I got to pay the 2-week price.
Yeah.
So it's totally custom and, really, really easy to initiate the order.
Cool. So what if your projects, say you rent it for 4 days and then for some reason your project gets extended? Are you out of luck? Do you have to re-rent?
No, we are super, super flexible with rentals. We actually send out an email. You basically, as long as it's 24 hours prior to the end date of your rental, you can extend it online, really with no hassle. And even if it's you're past that threshold, it's still pretty easy. Just give us a buzz, and under most circumstances, we can extend a rental because we know how it is. We know that the weather goes wrong or talent doesn't show up, or we understand that shoot dates are pretty in flux when it comes to filmmaking. So.
Now, well, let me ask you this. So there's some people out there that, they're looking and, maybe they're not a production company. So maybe they don't have established insurance and all this sort of stuff. Some of y'all's lenses are expensive. I mean, we're talking about some nice glass here. What is required to rent some of that stuff? What kind of, insurance policies? Like, is it really hard to do, or do you guys make that fairly easy? Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, we do try to make it as simple as possible. For a lot of things, you'd be surprised at what we'll rent out to folks, to complete strangers. But yeah, I mean, we do a really good job of talking and reaching out to our customers to kind of establish that. Generally, unless the item is significantly expensive, we actually are able to do most rentals, without a COI or a certificate of insurance. Once you start to get into the real heavy-duty stuff like the Canon Cine Zooms, or if you've got an item that's over $7,000 to $10,000 or so retail, that's generally where we'll require some insurance. But for the most part, I mean, we understand what it's like, and we try to make the process as straightforward and easy as possible for people.
Nice, very cool. So, what kind of stuff are you renting most? Are you noticing any trends? Is it going more towards the high end stuff? Are you sticking around the mid range?
Well, so for us, I mean, we started as a photography company. So we're renting primarily just photo gear. Of course, all of that changed with the 5D Mark II. We became intensely interested, just personally as employees, became really interested in video production. And that's kind of what's driven our growth over the last couple of years. Is we've really been trying to push deeper and deeper into that market, coming from the DSLR realm. So for us, I mean, it's interesting because we're kind of far enough away from DSLRs now to sort of appreciate the landscape a little bit better. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing mirrorless has become really big. Obviously, Sony's killing it with the A7 series.
Oh yeah.
So there's a ton of that going on. The Canon, the C100 Mark II is just
that's my baby. I got 2 of those.
Brandon loves that thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. Like if you can't produce a decent film on a C100 Mark II, like you've got bigger problems than cameras.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
So.
Well, cool.
That's awesome, man. So what are the things we like to ask here is, we got 3 questions. So the first one I want to jump in on is, what are you guys watching? You guys, every shop's different. Every place is different. What are the shows you guys are watching? What are you talking about? Get us in on that scoop. Let's get away from gear talk for a second. Let's get into to the real talk.
Yeah, obviously, in the office, it's always funny, what people are talking about. I think everyone has definitely been impressed. We've got a lot of comic book fans in the office, so
nice.
The stuff
Brandon loves this topic, by the way.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm a little out of my element,
fans.
so you'll have to forgive me because I'm not quite as up to date on the pen and ink stuff. But yeah, I mean, everyone's been super excited about stuff that's been on Netflix. For me, I've really been enjoying personally BoJack Horseman. Which I just started watching.
Yeah,
and I know that's a different category being animated.
Animated,
Huh.
It's like an animated adult
it's
comedy.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's cool.
So
Nice.
Awesome, man. That's pretty rad. We always like to hear what people are getting into out there, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
So our second question is typically what are you working on? But applying to LensProToGo, like, is there any changes on the horizon? You guys expanding on any markets? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting one of the things that I'm sort of been working on. The big thing that I'm excited about is our YouTube channel. We've been working really hard to put out content on a weekly basis, just to kind of take. It's funny, like it's the same conversations that we're having in the office when we get a new piece of gear in. It's how does this work? Well, who's it going to be good for? Does it actually deliver? Those types of things. So we're doing our best to kind of take that conversation and that stuff that happens in the office naturally, and try and bring it to our YouTube channel. So we work with a lot of great, local filmmakers who are friends of the business. Evan Borsier is a great example of that. He just did an awesome video on the C300 Mark II versus the FS7, which a lot of people I know have been sort of interested in.
Yeah.
So that one's been taken off. And, I mean, besides that, we're always tweaking our website, trying to make it easier for people to use. But those are kind of the day-to-day things. We're always trying to make things better.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. What about, is there anything that you can tease out, anything that might be coming, something you're excited about in the industry, or something with a vendor that you know about that maybe you shouldn't tell us, but you might tell us?
It's funny. You would think that as rental companies, with the amount of gear that we buy, that we would get some kind of preferential treatment from,
scoop.
the big manufacturers like Sony and Canon and Nikon and those kinds of guys. But they really, they could really care less about us, which is kind of funny. But that's not to say we don't have great relationships, with companies like with Kessler and Small HD, and a lot of those guys. We've got some great friends in the industry. So nothing that I'm at liberty to talk about under threat of NDA at the moment. But
Nice.
One thing that has been a long-standing project that we've been working on with some filmmakers is actually a really cool doc, which is called Back in Time Film. And I don't know if you guys have heard about it on any of the Comic-Con or any of that circuit, but it's basically it's a retrospective look at the Back to the Future trilogy.
Whoa,
and
that's cool.
Yeah, we had a big hand in helping out with gear. I actually got the opportunity to go and shoot the movie poster for that with a time travel DeLorean.
Nice,
which was a lot of fun. So that's coming out on October 21st on Netflix. So we're excited to be a part of that. It's just great to see those guys have a lot of success.
That's rad, dude. We'll have to, if you got any links to that, shoot them over and we'll get them up on the site, on our site, so the listeners can be plugged in and connected. That's awesome, man. That is really, really cool to hear.
I got one more question. Just in general. So does it always make sense to rent camera gear and lenses, or does it make more sense to own? Is there a difference?
Well, it's funny. It kind of the answer to that question depends on where you are in your business and what you do on a day-to-day basis. There are people that we've seen them rent the same item over and over and over again. Like, we're not afraid to pick up the phone and be like, Joe, really, like, this is the 8th time in 6 months. Like, it might be time for you to buy this. But yeah, I mean, so renting is great when you're first starting out because you don't have the capital to buy gear. So you can punch above your weight by getting the right gear for the shoot when you're first starting out. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you're a pro and you know that you're going to be using a piece of gear for one particular job, but you have no idea what the next job is going to be, it doesn't make sense to have thousands of dollars tied up in stuff that's going to sit on a shelf.
Yeah.
Because you never have the right tool. So if you always have to be on the bleeding edge, it never makes sense to buy gear because it gets replaced so quickly that you'll never pay it off and start making any money on it.
True.
So it sort of depends, on what you're shooting. If you're shooting the same corporate stuff all over and over again, and a 24-70 is the lens that you need, or a 50 and a 35, you should totally be buying them.
For sure.
And we're not afraid to tell people that. So
yeah, and that's what I do. My company, Leap Frame, we're small, digital film motion design boutique here in Cincinnati, and so we've got two of the C100 Mark IIs, and we got a 5D Mark III. And we could keep the 24 to 70. We've got a 70 to 200 and a 50 mil, and that gets us where we need to be for a lot of brand documentary, branded content, digital type stuff. But then when we bump it up and we do a bigger shoot, or usually when I'm bringing in Alex, we're doing more of a commercial grade type thing, and so he's renting Cook lenses or the big the Canon Cine series or the primes, and that's usually when we, it just doesn't make sense for us to own that type of arsenal, So that's why we lean on companies like you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where we think that we can kind of fill the void. And it's honestly like, aside from lenses and cameras, it's the little stuff like, oh man, I really need a shotgun mic and a boom pole, and a C-stand for this. Like, oh, no problem. You don't need to own it if you're not using it every day. Just call it in. Cool. And we just get it shipped right to your door. I mean, it couldn't be much more convenient than that. So.
Yeah. What's the process coming back look like? So you ship it out. We just ship it back?
Yeah. I mean, we basically, our packaging, part of the awesome thing about, the Pelican cases and the way that we package things is, it's designed to survive the trip there and the trip back. And then we just include the return label. So, your process is take off the old label, stick on the new one, drop it off at a UPS store, and you're good. So it's easy. UPS has got like 4,000 UPS stores across the country.
Oh, yeah. So no matter where you're at, you're good.
Yeah.
Now, where are you guys where are you based out of?
We're based just outside of Boston, in a town called Concord. So if you are going back to like fourth grade history, Lexington and Concord and the Revolutionary War, that's us.
Nice.
Right there.
Nice.
So,
dude, Boston's
some
a great town.
Oh, love it. Yeah.
It's got a lot of history.
They
They could stand to improve the road system when you compare it to someplace like New York. But
yeah,
it's a fun place to be.
You guys are everybody's
cool,
above
man.
Cincinnati in terms of road. So
I'll have to get out there and experience it.
It's
and see
not
if I
bad.
can,
Cincinnati's good, man.
It's always under construction.
Stuff. We got stuff. we got a bridge we need to replace though. So if you can put in a good word for us with the fancy moving politicians up there in the big city, let us know.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, why don't you just put it all underground? That's what we did.
Yeah, I know.
We love
the big dig. My buddy's from Boston, and I don't know how fond everyone was of that whole process.
Yeah, I think it took a few, like, quadruple the number of billions they were expecting in about 20 more years. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. My man Alex here, reaches out to you guys, brings you on the show. I've had a couple people that I've connected with along the way, and they've been generous, to throw out a little FDB giveaway. Are you guys you got anything up your sleeve for our listeners?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we might be able to pull something together for that. Let me take a peek here. So what we're going to do is we got something for you guys to give away.
Cool.
We've got $200. You guys can give away. I'll leave the details on that up to you.
Wow.
You want to do some Twitter action?
Oh yeah, we got a whole system here, Mike.
Yeah,
dude, that's rad. $200 is nothing to laugh at. I mean, you can rent some stuff with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get a camera body and a lens.
Full
mix
weekend
it up.
Yeah,
shoot.
dude, that's super rad. I think our listeners are gonna love this one. They're gonna. This is gonna be exciting.
I think so.
And I think too, whatever we're gonna tell our listeners, whatever they rent, they got to show us what they did with it.
Exactly.
That's
part of the deal.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, cool. So here's kind of how.
And then for all the folks who don't get to win, which would probably be the vast majority of them, I've got a discount code for folks if you want to give us a try, and this is good through March 31st.
Sweet.
So you get through your winter doldrums. If you use the coupon code Bourbon, it'll be 10% off any.
Love it.
Nice. Check that out, listeners.
Awesome.
We got things happening.
So not
Filmmakers
only
drinking bourbon is changing the game.
Not only do you get a chance to win $200 to rent any piece of gear you want at LensPro, but if you don't win, you still get 10% off. It's pretty cool.
That's rad. So here's how we do it. We use Twitter. You guys are on the Twitter, right?
Oh, of course.
What's
at
your
LensProToGo.
At LensProToGo. So what we do is we tell our listeners, hey, if you're listening right now and you want in on this, you got to go to Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, sign up for Twitter.
Yep.
And you want to mention at LensProToGo.
Mm-hmm.
You want to mention at FDB Podcast.
Yep.
And you want to include the hashtag
Don't forget that.
FDB giveaway.
Yep. That stands for
And
Filmmakers
if you
Drinking
do
Bourbon.
all of those things, we will know what you are entered to win for. And if you don't include all those things, you're not entered to win.
Yep.
You are excommunicated from the situation.
You got to include all three.
Yeah. And then what we'll do is on the next show, we will have drawn the name and we'll announce it on the next show. So episode 21, we'll announce the winner. And that's how this thing goes down, man.
But the discount code's active
right now.
Yeah, it's ready to roll.
There you go.
The only
Dude, that's
only
awesome.
sad trombone moment for us is that we currently only service the United States. So all of your Canadian,
we do have
Yeah, we-
international
yeah.
listeners. Yeah.
Yeah, our international peeps. We got a lot of homies in New Zealand.
Awesome. Well, unfortunately, you guys are upside down over there, so we won't run to you.
They'll have to travel over here. There you go.
Exactly.
That's
Well, cool. Well, thanks, Mike. We really appreciate it. We loved having you on the show. Is there anything else that you want to mention before we wrap it up?
No. I mean, that's it. Like, I really can't emphasize enough. I mean, our team is, incredibly dedicated and down to earth. So don't be afraid to reach out either via email or just give us a call. We love sort of hearing about projects, what you're shooting. Tell us what gear you have, and we can definitely, help you figure out how to get the most bang for your buck and get the right tools for the job. So that's what we're all about.
Excellent.
Cool, man. Well, we're definitely you're gonna hear from Alex. We've got a project we're working on that's a little short film action, and it's called Kill Game, and we're wrapping up a little bit of our fundraising for it, and we're gonna be shooting in December. So we're pretty stoked about that. So it's always
Awesome.
a good time.
Yeah, I was definitely was brushing up on it. It actually sounds like an incredibly awesome premise. So.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, everyone dies, but not one shot is fired. So how does that work? Yeah.
It sounds like a tagline for the movie poster.
I love it. Well,
Cool, man.
Well, thanks, Mike. We really appreciate it. For all of our listeners, what's your guys' website?
It's LensProToGo.com.
Cool.
Awesome. Coupon code Bourbon, get you 10%.
There you go.
And if you want to enter today, just mention LensProToGo FTB Podcast on Twitter with hashtag FTB Giveaway.
And there you
You
go.
could get $200 rental.
Sweetness.
Rad.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks so much for having me on, you guys.
Cheers,
Thanks, Mike.
mate.
Have a great one.
All right, you got it. Bye.
Wow.
What a guy.
$200.
God, we're just, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like there's a bounty of like love from the FTB show.
That's
Just
how the filmmaking world
giving
is,
it out
man.
to the world.
Yeah.
Here, have a little something from Videomaker. Hey,
yeah.
here's some bourbon. Hey, here's a little LensProToGo. Check out some Whipster.
Oh, you didn't win the giveaway?
Oh, you need some audio?
Here's a discount code.
Oh, my bad.
For everybody.
Wow. Amazing.
He's awesome. That's a cool company, though.
Yeah, man.
The fact that you can just rent any piece of gear that you need at that moment and have it shipped directly to you.
And they do good stuff. I've rented from them multiple times, and it shows up on time. It's packed in a great Pelican case.
Yeah.
It's well taken care of. I know they've checked it to make sure it's not busted, cracked, or it has dust on the lens or whatever. And I know that I can go into my shoot and I'm ready to roll.
Yeah. No matter what your budget, what's your project, if you're working with a 5D or you're working with a Red Epic, like you're covered across all gamut. It's
That's
cool.
rad.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man. Anyway.
So speaking of rentals, what are you working on? Have you been renting anything, or what's going on?
Yeah, I shot with Brad, who we've had on the show, Brad Gollowin. Yeah. We shot a music video on Friday.
Cool.
Yeah, for a little band called Too Close to Touch.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty kind of alt rock.
Did you touch any of them?
Yeah, I shook all of their hands. Yes.
So how'd that? Were they too close? Was it weird?
No.
Okay.
They were perfect distance for a
perfect distance for a handshake, but too close to touch.
But too close to touch.
I get that.
There you go.
I understand that.
Anyway, yeah, they're great guys. Great music. They're on Spotify now. They have a new album, Nerve Endings. So we shot the title track off that, but we rented an Arri Alexa.
Nice.
And we rented 2 Allura Zooms.
Rad.
The 15.5 to 45 and the 30 to 80. So yeah, and that was from great friends over the camera department here in Cincinnati. So they really
we got to get these guys on the show.
Yeah, they're really hooked
What
it
is
up.
going on? What? Come on.
They're busy, man. They supply rental gear to pretty much every production that comes through Cincinnati.
Yeah, I understand, but I mean, this is Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon.
We take priority here. No, we'll definitely reach out to them and see if we can get Mal and Ben over at the camera department on the show.
We're gonna call them out.
Yeah,
on the show right now. Mal,
call
Ben.
them. You got to
Camera department, Cincinnati. You guys are the dudes, man.
Yeah.
Get on the show.
Yeah. Speaking of, I mean, we can talk about how you and LensPro kind of work together if there's a interest.
Yeah,
like
maybe
that.
there's a little beef. Maybe we could have a fight.
Maybe there's beef.
Maybe there's a battle.
Maybe LensPro fills gaps that camera department has, or vice versa. So you never know.
There you are, the eternal optimist.
Exactly.
Maybe we
You
can
got it.
all get along.
We can all.
Here
get
I am
along.
trying to cause a fight,
Yeah.
call some controversy, increase the listenership with a rental lens controversy, and you were
Patching
like,
holes.
"Hey, there's room for everyone."
There's room for everyone,
Obviously,
bro.
awesome.
Anyway,
Cool, man.
but yeah, so we did that. Got some really cool stuff with the music video, and should be
Nice.
out soon. Brad's editing that right now, probably.
Super rad.
Yeah.
Love
What
to hear
about
it.
you, dude? What have you been what have you been working on?
Brewing on some stuff, man. Getting ready to shoot something next week where we're gonna
Oh yeah,
go out to a forest
really?
and shoot the founder of this company in the forest. It's for the thing I did for Bulky Wood.
That's
This
cool.
is the final shot. The rough's great. It really feels good. He's kind of this epic sort of character from Germany. So we're gonna
told me about how he sees through trees.
So the way I
Yeah.
want to set it up is him sort of walking through this forest that he owns, kind of looking for the perfect tree. So I'm gonna set up my 5-foot SERP slider
Ooh, yeah.
and
Serp.
get that sort of that like the shots you see in like the Hunger Games or in Harry Potter where they're running through the forest
Past
and
the
you're
trees
going
and
past the trees
everything. Yeah.
and there's epic light. I'm trying to do that.
That's cool.
We'll see
That
if
should
it
be
happens.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep us
So that's
updated
good.
on that.
But what the other
Serp.
stuff I've been doing
Yeah.
is I've been working from home a lot.
Really?
I'm putting in a new driveway.
Ooh.
It's crazy.
Yeah?
It's so much
Like you yourself are putting it in?
No.
You took a pickaxe and you dug up the old driveway.
No, I've got people for this, but the old homeowners had an original concrete driveway. Then they blacktopped over top of it.
Ooh, man.
So we literally had to tear out 2 driveways.
That's
and
rough.
I think right now they're pouring the concrete.
Did you know that it was blacktopped over?
No,
Wow. So
Yeah.
that was a discovery.
cost increased a little.
I
That's
can
all
only
right.
imagine.
But so anyway, working from home in case they needed me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm working from home, right? So I was like, I'm going to watch some documentaries.
Do some research.
Yeah,
some
so,
quote-unquote research. Yeah.
So I was super stoked. I watched Mayhem, which I've been wanting to watch.
I
It's
don't know what
about
that
the Pappas brothers, the 2 Australian skateboarders. Back in the day, they were like number 1, number 2 in the world.
Really?
They were out skating Tony Hawk.
Wow.
And the story is unbelievable. It's crazy. They basically got, as young kids became superstars in the industry and, obviously in the boom of the X Games and all that sort of stuff, things got wild. They started getting into drugs and
just
some
crushed their
crazy
career.
stuff happened.
Yeah, because I haven't heard of him. So
Dude.
and that may be a reason why.
It's a pretty rad doc. Like
Huh.
it was good. It wasn't like overdone. It was
Yeah.
simple. It was, from a production standpoint, you look at it and you're like, it's okay. You know what I mean?
But
a
the
lot
story's
of a lot of home footage, a lot of,
yeah.
that sort of stuff. But the story's great.
That's what matters.
And man, it's heavy.
Man, I'll have to check that. It's called Mayhem.
Mayhem, yeah.
Mayhem. It's on Netflix.
Netflix, yeah.
Got to be on Netflix.
And then,
everything's got to be on Netflix.
Netflix is good. But
Right.
the other thing I watch is not on Netflix, and it's on HBO. And I've been catching up with a show that's an old show
Yeah.
that people, always reference. And I haven't had a chance to watch it. Now I'm watching it.
The Twilight Zone.
The Wire.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, The Wire. And I couldn't watch it.
I haven't seen it
I
either.
couldn't watch it for so long because it was still standard def. So HBO was streaming it as like 4:3.
Whoa.
And when I turned it on, I just couldn't do it.
No.
But they remastered it. So now it's remastered and it's 16:9, the whole deal. It's like,
That's really weird. 4:3 standard def.
yeah.
Huh.
Well, that's how old it was.
It wasn't shot in. No. The Wire
Yeah.
started shooting in standard
It's like
def.
their first series. It's one of their first series they put out.
Yeah, but it was shot on film.
Right, but it was, I guess, for broadcast
Yeah,
out
yeah.
to the public, standard def, there was no HD at the time.
television. That's so crazy.
So they just remastered it.
Wow. It's good, though?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Dude, I hear amazing things about it.
Yeah.
People love that
I'm
show.
like 2 episodes in. It's good.
Wow. Oh, speaking of series that I haven't seen before that have been around for a while, I just started watching one, too.
What's that?
Mad Men.
What do you think about that? I don't know.
Dude, I'm hooked.
Yeah, you love it?
Immediately. Yeah,
I watched 1 episode and maybe it was the place in my life I was in.
maybe.
'Cause I'm-
Halfway through the second episode, I was in. So
That's
it
cool,
didn't
man.
take that long.
Well, he just won a Emmy, right? He just won the Emmy for best male role.
John Hamm?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My thought is maybe that was influenced by his this is the final season.
Potentially, yeah. And a lot of people thought that, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
he's good.
it's great. I mean, he plays that part so well.
Yeah.
It's like he's just transported from the 60s.
I'll have to revisit it. I'll have to, maybe since I work, with an agency, at Leap,
Oh, you...
maybe I'm...
you'd
No, but
be
I'm saying
into
like maybe I was too close to it when I went to watch it. Like,
Yeah.
this is what I do every day or whatever.
See, that's why I love it. It's like, they solve all these problems with different brands and try to, roll out these
Sure.
campaigns.
They drink a lot of bourbon
I can't
or
believe...
gin or whatever they do.
Yeah, I would die in a day.
They smoke.
If I worked there.
A lot of smoking
I would be
going
dead.
on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah. But that's like the whole thing. It opens up with them trying to rebrand Lucky Strike cigarettes due to they can't use health
Yeah.
concerns or they're healthy cigarettes anymore.
Did you ever smoke?
No, absolutely not.
You're like you're a swimmer and all this.
Yeah.
I smoke. Well, I didn't really smoke. I casually smoked at bars and stuff.
I've had cigarettes. I'm not gonna. Yeah, no. I mean,
There was a moment where I
smoke.
I never smoked like every day, but
No.
like if I went out drinking or whatever, like I would smoke a cigarette. Isn't that weird?
No, it's
I think
not
we've
weird.
all gone through the
There's
smoke
there's a
phase,
lot
right?
of people. No, I mean, I smoke cigars. I like cigars for sure.
Yeah.
That's a little different though. That's not. You're not sitting there sucking
Yeah, I
it
don't
down
know, man.
and holding it in.
In my college days, I would
Yeah.
smoke every now and again.
Nah, not me. We would get in trouble. Freshman year on the swim team, the seniors would come up and kick your ass if they found out you were smoking. It's all about lung capacity.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they would just come down hard on you.
What else is going on?
Yeah. So I watched Mad Men. Oh my God, you haven't seen it. I'm
No,
gonna throw it out there.
don't ruin it for me though.
I'm not gonna ruin it.
You went and saw Sicario.
I saw
didn't you?
Sicario because I can't get a hold of you.
Was it great?
Yeah, you're like the friend that disappeared.
No, dude, I was on fall break.
No.
I
We're
turned off for a
We're
week.
just growing apart.
Stop.
Growing apart.
Stop.
Breaking my heart.
No, that's not
Anyway.
true.
No, I saw Sicario. It's unbelievable. Really, really good. You want to talk about good story and good cinematography?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
How was Benicio del Toro?
The best part of the film.
Is he
Honestly. Dude, I mean,
And who's the other guy is pretty rad too, right? What's his name?
who?
The other main dude, Josh Brolin, right?
Brolин's good. Yeah, he's really good in it. But Benicio is the
Dude,
star.
he's the dope, dude. You know what?
Yeah.
I think him and Brad Pitt look a lot alike. Especially in if you go back and look at some of their younger photos, dude, there's moments where they look just
maybe
like each other.
younger. Right now, it looks
Yeah.
Benicio got in a few round fight, and
Dude, he's dope.
if Brad Pitt got in a fight with Mike Tyson and then got baked in the sun, it'd be Benicio. But
I really like his work.
Benicio is one of the best right now. I think he's him and what's his name from Skyfall, the villain in Skyfall.
I didn't watch Skyfall.
You didn't?
No, I stopped. I don't watch Bond movies.
Did you
anymore.
see The Counselor, Ridley Scott movie?
No. No, wait, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who's
that was good.
The main dude with the spiky hair.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I forget. That was good though.
Anyway, I'll look it up. I think those two are the best, like villainous kind of characters right
Yeah.
now. And they're both Spanish descent.
Oh yeah. They're doing they're doing cool stuff.
But either way, no, the movie's really, really good. Villeneuve and Deakins just killed it. Naturalistic cinematography looks really good. And they're
That's awesome.
partnering up again on Blade Runner 2, which I know you don't like sci-fi movies.
No,
but,
I like Blade Runner's a classic. That's good.
Yeah, no, you hate it, right?
I don't hate it.
This will be the title of the episode. Blade Runner sucks
No,
by Brandon Ferris.
That's not the case. I'm not always a hater.
Yeah.
I'm working on. I'm actually working on that.
What? Being a hater?
Well, I don't view myself as a hater, but I do. I guess I am. I'm a skeptic at heart, so I do challenge a lot of things.
Call that a negative Nancy.
Stop that. I'm not. I challenge a lot of things because I'm a skeptic. So when somebody says, "Oh yeah, this," then I'm like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
But I realized me and my
I
wife.
kind of realized that.
Me and my
but
wife.
not in a horrible way.
me and
You
my-
immediately take the opposite stance just to have a conflicting point of view.
Not always.
No, in a good way though, because then it furthers conversation and
Yeah, I just want to bring out
See,
the
look,
truth.
Look at me, just bringing out the good.
I want to bring. Man, I feel bad right now. We're having a
No,
session.
You're good.
So anyway, that's something. Yeah, my wife kind of she
What?
calls me out on this stuff, man.
Oh my God.
She did something. I forget what it was, and I said something, and then she basically she had to let me know, like,
Really?
you need to stop doing that. Like,
I don't
we had
think
like a
it's
talk. We had like
bad.
this big.
I think it's just who
we
you
had
are.
this big talk,
Man.
and I had to like look internally to find out who I am.
Man.
I know. I'm trying to become less. I don't want to be negative.
Tell me more about that.
I don't know. I'm working,
lay back.
I'm working
get
through
comfortable
it.
and
I'm
tell me
through
more
it.
about that.
A couple more glasses of bourbon. We'll get into it.
Oh, that's funny. Javier Bardem.
Gotcha.
That's who I was thinking of.
What are you excited about, man? What's going down?
What am I excited about? I'm excited about Kill Game, honestly.
Dude,
by the time this comes out,
oh my gosh,
we only have 3 days left to raise the necessary funds.
we're making this thing no matter what.
We're gonna make it, but we need those
Absolutely.
dollars, that dinero.
If you're listening out there and you want to be a part of a cool project, give us a repost, a retweet. Let's try to get more eyes on it. It's called Kill Game Movie. There's a website, killgamemovie.com.
Yep.
On
Twitter.
Indiegogo, if you search Kill Game on Indiegogo, it'll pop
We're
up.
there.
Again, it's a movie where you got 3 hitmen. They sit down to play a game of cards, and all of a sudden, guns are drawn.
Yep.
And
How do they get out
not
of it?
give away the film.
We've already given it away.
Well, I
at
know,
this
but
point. Yeah.
but everyone in the movie dies except for 2 people, and not one shot is fired. So it's a little bit of a
all hitmen,
mind trick,
or all
yeah.
assassins, whatever you want to call them.
So, and again, for us, this is just a fun project. We don't have a client behind it. We don't really have a budget. We're funding it ourselves.
Yep.
We're just trying to have fun. We haven't together, me
Trying
and
to
you
create
together, have
something
not
really cool.
done
We haven't
live
done
action.
Live action narrative, no.
And that's how this came about.
We've done doc, but never
we've done
anything
docs, we've done
scripted.
commercials, we've done all that stuff.
Yeah, no scripted.
And me and you said, hey, let's do a live action piece, and it's just been a struggle.
It has.
We didn't get our Kickstarter
We
funded.
had a failed Kickstarter early on.
We're struggling right now with our Indiegogo.
We didn't have a location until a couple months ago. We didn't have a cast until 5 months ago. So I mean, yeah, it's been a struggle, but I think we're gonna get there.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, we had a huge push 2 days ago. Or the last couple of days, we've had a nice push of people funding and donating.
Yeah,
to
we're
the
at like
Indiegogo.
$1,300 or something.
Yeah, we're over a quarter of the way there, financed. So we need some more momentum. We need people to throw it out there, and we'll see what will happen. Maybe we can partner with LensProToGo on some. We'll hit them up and see if we can rent some equipment from them, and see what they can throw our way.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
I mean, I'm just excited about that. I really want to get that done.
Yes.
Filming in December. Good cast, good script, good location.
Yes.
Great director, world-renowned
something
director,
like that. Sure.
helming it.
Yeah, exactly. He's a little negative, though.
He is.
I am excited about the future.
Like Back to the Future documentary.
Nah, man.
that Mike was talking
I
about.
took off a week for fall break, and it was nice just to sort of unplug. But now we're getting back into it with Leap Frame, and actually the Q3, the third quarter closed the books, and we had a hell of a third quarter, man. In a positive way, yeah.
Oh, good.
Q2 was slow for us, but we really slammed it in Q3, and we got a nice profit.
Sweet.
So I'm excited about building on that and where we're going, and some projects we're going to be able to release soon, and
Good.
Some new relationships we're trying to build along the way. So yeah, I'm stoked about that.
That's good news.
Yeah, I want to push towards exploring, really getting after my passion for documentary and storytelling.
Yeah.
And my new philosophy is I'm not going to sit around and wait for people to call me anymore. I'm going to find amazing stories and then take those stories to brands that would like them.
That's a good idea.
And then I'm going to say, hey, brand X, I have an amazing story about blank. I think it would associate well with your brand. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Got this great story of a mom and her clogged sink, Drano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. Whatever it is.
You never know. That's cool,
Yeah.
man. That's
So-
good. That's a good philosophy to have. Well, anything coming up on the horizon other than that?
I don't know, man. We might have a couple. We haven't checked on the shout outs. Why don't you tell our let me see if we got any entries this week for the t-shirts. But Alex, why don't you tell everybody while I do that how they can get a Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon t-shirt?
If you want a Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon hand-lettered, beautiful t-shirt, you have to do one thing, and one thing only. You have to go to Twitter, and you have to mention @FDB Podcast and use the hashtag #GiveMeAShirt.
Yeah.
And then you'll be entered to win.
Well, and you can see, too, that our boy Rolo from Whipster,
Oh, there it is.
he's got his on.
Man, it
So
looks
if you-
different in New Zealand.
Yeah, it does. It looks great.
Doesn't it?
He looks
Yeah.
good, man.
Why
If
is he
you,
upside down?
He's not upside down.
Oh.
If you go to our Twitter,
Yeah.
you'll see that. You'll see Rolo rocking the shirt. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it looks great, but that's all you have to do. If you want one, we're giving away one every week to one lucky listener. Use the hashtag Give Me a Shirt. But if you don't do that and you don't win it, you can still buy one on fdbpodcast.com. We have a store lined up that'll give you all the details on how to order. And if you order the shirt for $20, are we still running the discount?
Yeah, man.
Still run the 20% discount for $20, and you get a sticker with it, or a decal is what I'll call it. So you get a Filmmakers Drink Your Bourbon decal. Anyway,
So,
we have any entries?
Not this week.
Nobody wants one.
I know, man.
You
It's a
want
beautiful
one.
shirt.
You got to get one.
But what you can do is go ahead and connect with us on Twitter and do what Alex said, and we'll get you one.
Yeah, there's also a section called Ask Me Anything that we haven't plugged in a while.
I know.
You should.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. What can you do there? What's the whole purpose of that?
If you go to the fdbpodcast.com and you click on Ask Me Anything, you can literally ask us anything, and we'll talk about it on the show. We've highlighted a couple people in recent past, and so yeah.
Yeah, you have questions on gear, on production, on philosophy, on whatever. Just hit us up. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what you do like.
Somebody who chimed in on our superhero comment.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Another one for me?
Well, I don't know. So this is
Or is it
an
ambiguous?
anonymous
Yeah.
says, "Hey Brandon, here's a quote from the great Spielberg about superhero movies. Quote, 'We were around when the Western died, and there will be a time when the superhero movie goes the way of the Western.'"
I did see that.
Mic drop.
Yep. Did you say mic drop?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not Spielberg, but the guy who posted this.
Man,
the
Spielberg's a badass. Just saying mic drop.
Spielberg telling everybody that the superhero movie's dead is what we need. We need more of that.
No.
Let's move on.
No. We need more dark superhero movies. We need more Batman, Deadpool,
We're done. It's done.
stuff like that.
We're not. even
I
gonna
like
talk about
drama.
it. We're not talking about it anymore.
People like to live a fantasy, Brandon.
Yeah,
They want to see people
They
with
can also
powers.
watch great documentaries out there and see how these things happen in the real life.
They can.
The real life, my friend.
They can. Either way, there's a bunch of cool movies coming out, but you
Yeah.
know, none that I've seen yet. Might go today. Who knows? Might go see Everest or
Always
Ooh, I want
rubbing
to see
it
Steve
in.
Jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I want to see that. Fassbender's really good. Anyway,
Wasn't there a Steve Jobs movie with what's his name?
it's called Jobs with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. See, this is the thing that frustrates me. And I
Yeah.
talked about this last week. It's this copycat mentality. It's almost like Hollywood catches wind, right, of the script, and somebody here, and they're, oh, well, we're going to make one too. And it's like, I hate that. It's, you know?
Well, this script's also
don't
written by Aaron Sorkin, so
I'm just saying.
kind of bound to be a
I'm
good
just
film.
saying.
And directed by Danny Boyle.
Copy, blah, blah.
Oh
blah.
yeah, that's the way it works. I mean, something.
Are you gonna go see The Wire?
No, The Walk. You mean?
Sorry, The Walk.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Did
I
you
hear-
watch the documentary?
I did. Man on Wire. It's fantastic.
That's all you need.
Man on Wire is great.
Watch
The
Man
Walk,
on Wire.
I hear.
I don't know.
From some of the reviews, they're like, we don't like to be just kind of told exactly what's happening while it's happening. Let us discover. So some viewers felt that they just laid it out too bluntly.
Sure.
You know, they didn't let you discover what was going on.
It's called The Walk.
Yeah.
There's a picture and it's right there.
It is.
Yeah.
man,
Watch the
it's-
documentary way better.
Yeah.
I'm willing to
Wire.
say that without even seeing it. Although I do love, what's his name?
Who?
The guy who plays the main role for that.
Oh, really? I don't. I'm not a huge fan.
Really?
Nope.
Seriously?
Not at all.
Wow.
I wouldn't say that he's a.
I like him.
I don't know. I'm
I mean,
just not a
Don
fan.
Juan wasn't his biggest role or his best role,
No,
but
he was okay in Looper.
his early stuff was dope.
Did you see Looper?
Yeah.
Sci-fi film where
Yeah,
he
yeah.
goes back. Yeah. So I thought he was okay in that. I'm just not a huge fan of him.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He's better. I'd rather watch Benicio or Javier Bardem.
Agreed.
Anyway,
Awesome. Well,
Well-
everyone, it's been great.
it is.
It's kind of a nice, chill day.
It is.
We had a great guest.
Fantastic guest.
Make sure
to go.
Make sure you enter to win with LensProToGo. Once again, mention at LensProToGo on Twitter, at FDB Podcast, hashtag FDB Giveaway. get that $200.
And then you got to let us know what you got.
Yeah, tell
Show
us
us.
what you
Take a
shot.
photo. Put it on Instagram. Follow
man.
FTB Podcast. But if you don't win that, guess what? You can go to their site, use the promo code Bourbon.
10% discount.
10% discount.
Man.
Pretty cool. Try them out. Let them know
Awesome.
how they're doing, what you want, what do you want to see.
Yeah. So
pretty cool service.
And make sure you holler at us, and as always, give us a rating or a review on iTunes. You guys have been great. We got 30 reviews right now.
Wow.
30 is 30 ratings.
Ratings. Yeah, and a
We're
bunch
at
of
4.5 stars. We're almost a 5-star podcast.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
One of these days.
We had a couple random negative reviews, not negative reviews,
Yeah,
but 1-star
and those
ratings?
people didn't even have the bravery to reach out to us.
No,
we asked them.
They didn't write.
We wanted them. We wanted to feature them on the show.
I want to say that that's a mistake and that somebody accidentally hit 1
Yeah.
star. They have to.
It happens.
We're giving away free stuff.
Yeah.
How can you not like that?
Beautiful.
Anyway, good episode. Cool stuff coming up.
What's Adam doing?
Adam. Oh, Adam. That Adam. I don't know. Let's check in. Adam,
what are you doing over in Studio A?
what's up?
Thanks, guys. Hey, yeah, this week A has been busy. Lots and lots of music mixing, and I gotta say, it is one of my favorite things to get to do in life. So yeah, backed up doing that, having myself a blast. I don't think I've left my cave for days. It feels like I couldn't even tell you if the sun came up today. So it's been good. So that's really all I gotta say. Got a few good things coming in the weeks coming up. A couple good things in the works. So just stay tuned, and that's what I gotta say.
All right.
That's
well,
totally cool.
If that's what you want to say.
Yeah.
You know,
That's hey, it's your segment.
it's your segment.
We love you, buddy.
You can own it. Anyway,
All right, man. It's been fun, everybody.
it has been.
And we'll next week. This happens every week.
It does happen every week.
We'll see you next week.
We haven't missed one yet.
All right.
See you
Cheers.
guys.
This podcast was recorded live at Sound Images Studio. Find out more at soundimages.com.